Hello and good morning and welcome to another very interesting episode of your show. This is School TV, channel 196 on Star Times. My name is Dapo Banjo and I have with me, driving the show as usual, Barrister Ishoma Aga Ine.
Good morning, Nigerians, and welcome to the show today. Good morning, Mr. Dapo. Hope you slept well.
Right. Good morning, Ishoma. It was just a very, very short night, but notwithstanding, we're up and running. And I believe very strongly that Nigeria as a country is up and running also, as every sector of the economy is gathering momentum before and well after the transition come May the 29th, 2015, when the President-elect, General Muhammadu Buhari, will be sworn in as the new president of Nigeria, and he will be taking the mantle from the outgoing president, President Goodluck Jonathan. And how President Goodluck Jonathan has fared in his administration becomes a very, very big question in the mind of Nigerians. Now, this morning, we're going to be looking at this very sensitive sector as we talk about the oil industry. The fuel scarcity is being back, and for quite a while, at least 1 week, Lagosians and Nigerians all over the country have been having difficulty getting this product. And so it has brought untold hardship even to as many Nigerians who probably are going through this particular situation. We're not alone in the studio. We definitely will be, running the show together. I have this gentleman, he's my friend, he's someone I've known for quite a while. He's a big man, even though I don't seem to be enjoying and benefiting seriously from his deep wealth,
You forgot
and all
to
of
add
that.
he's a nationalist.
All right, yes, he is a nationalist, but I don't want to hide the fact that, he's my friend. We have in the studio with us the convener of Good Governance Group, former National Publicity Relations Officer of Pengassan, and former Pengassan branch chairman of Petroleum Equalization. This gentleman is a graduate of mass communication from the University of Lagos, and is an alumni of the New York Film Academy, and is a public affairs commentator. Let's welcome to the show Comrade Seyi Gambo. All right.
Good morning, sir, and you're welcome to CROSSFIRE.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Yeah, Comrade Mohammed Seyi Gambo. It's nice having you on CROSSFIRE. On CROSSFIRE, we just generally talk about, it's basically looking at the political side of every happenings in our immediate society. Topical, controversial issues are brought on, and I'm very sure a lot of people out there who are watching us right now will be getting ready to call to find out exactly what is happening. Okay, without wasting much time, a few weeks back, a few months back, a few years back, Nigeria's total dependency is on the oil. And suddenly we had a dip in the global oil price, and it's affecting virtually all the sectors of the economy. Maybe I should quickly ask you, Mr. Gambo, Comrade Gambo, what exactly is happening in the Nigerian oil industry?
Well, as to be expected, when you don't plan, you plan to fail. Mm-hmm. And more than 80% of our revenue is being generated from this sector. And it has shown over the years that the Nigerian government have been unable to protect this sector. This sector is bedeviled with all kinds of anomalies. You're talking of pipeline vandalization, you're talking of oil theft, when you see vessels upon vessels leaving the shores of this country that, there's no money is coming to the government and the people. You're talking of a comatose refinery, infrastructure. You're talking of inconsistent policies. You're even talking of not having laws that will make the industry competitive, because as of today, oil is not the preserve of some few countries like before. You have oil all over, even our own, the Gulf of Guinea, GOG, where we have Nigeria in place, you have Ghana, you have emerging oil players. So, and we here, unfortunately, we have obsolete laws, and we've had a kind of a body of laws that was meant to kickstart or put us in a competitive strait with the petroleum industry bill, and that has been with the National Assembly for like 8 years now.
So what's holding them from implementing it?
Well, there are two things. But I can, for certain now, it has left the executive. There was a time that we had the controversy of about multiple documents.
For me, Comrade Gambo, let's build, you know, on this discussion before we even start addressing the PIB. I mean, for me, the PIB has been around for quite a while, 8 years running, nothing has been done, you know. But as a matter of fact, let's look at it. Okay, the oil industry. Do you think that Nigeria has a chance again to make oil, you know, its mainstay? Is it possible? I mean, considering all the factors that you are, I mean, all the fears that you are laying in the sector while you were talking. You talked about the comatose, you know, refineries. You talked about the weak laws. You talk about pipeline vandalism. You talk about policies and policies and processes and procedures that are particularly not working, you know, to move the industry forward. Do you see the oil sector bouncing back, you know, to becoming Nigerians' mainstay again?
As it is, it's not a matter of becoming. It's still the mainstay because there's no other industry that is giving us the kind of money we're having. It's still the mainstay. It's just that we could do better, far, far better than what we are doing. There's a lot of leakages. There's a lot of waste. You know, there's a lot of. I mean, if the minister of the industry can say that there's a cabal. Until today, we have actually seen the fangs of this cabal, and we have seen that government agencies, the government itself, have shrunk from this cabal because it's either that they're benefiting from the activities of this cabal, you know, or they're part of this cabal, because it does not make sense. There's an arrested development in the industry. We shouldn't be at this stage. I mean, this is in 2015. With all the reserve that we have, we are still queuing. There's nowhere in the world or any OPEC member of our status that you have the economy being driven by importation of fuel. It's an inverted situation. It is not done anywhere. And you now wonder that what is our problem? If you have a country that cannot take care of where more than 80% of its revenue is coming from, that country is almost a failed state. So what we are saying is that it's high time we get our acts together. The oil is everywhere. We have now, it's even worse now for us because we have cars that are running with less fuel. You know, the dynamics are changing. America that used to buy most of our oil, they are not buying anything now because they have their share oil. And that share oil from cracking and everything. I was talking to somebody from ConocoPhillips. They have, if they have not left Nigeria. And the MD then was telling me that what it took them about 10 years in drilling in Nigeria, it took them about just 2 years in the States. So very soon, all this oil business will be drinking our oil. It might be able to, we'll be begging people to come and buy. So those are the issues of today, and our legislators are yet to get it. I was really perplexed the other time I heard the president of the Senate that was saying that the IOCs, that's the international oil companies, cannot force Nigeria on how to interpret or when to pass the PIB. And I was not saying that, look, portfolios are leaving Nigeria. Billions of dollars are leaving Nigeria because nobody wants to invest in an environment that you don't know the rules that is at play. You know, and you cannot have the oil and gas industry and you don't have the likes of Shell playing there. You don't have the what's it called? The ExxonMobil and all those countries there. Who are the people that will be playing there? And it should be a mixture of the local content, our Nigerians, and these players. Because there's some technologies that we don't, no matter, even the best of the Nigerian companies that we have, like the Oando are, you know, they are doing Seplat, and you can see that there is a limit to what they have done. We are talking of ExxonMobil that have been here for decades. You understand? So you need all these players, but we are chasing them away. We are chasing them. There was a time I was talking to someone in Shell, and she was telling me that for more than 2 years, because of pipeline vandalization, that in their Western operation, like Delta and everything, for more than 2 years, they were not making a dime, and they were paying salaries for more than 2 years. So
I mean, what could have resulted into that? The people, I mean, probably the Niger Deltans are not particularly giving them room to, I mean, to drill oil.
The pipelines were being vandalized.
And
what they were just doing is that they break the pipeline today, they repair it. 1 week's time, it is vandalized again. So, you know, there was a time in a particular month, they did repairs like 77 times. Wow. In just 1 month.
That's very crazy. Yeah. All right, let's divert a little bit. We already, I mean, one area that you really did not mention when we're talking about all the problems characterized, you know, in the oil industry, I mean, you didn't talk about subsidy. I mean, subsidy has been a monster. Every time you hear subsidy in Nigeria today, especially in the oil sector, you begin to wonder, I mean, what is the relationship? I mean, how exactly is the subsidy being applied in this industry?
What is it good for our industry? Is it benefiting Nigerians or ripping us off?
What exactly is being subsidized? And I mean, just throw more light on this subsidy thing. I mean, let Nigerians just.
Well,
I mean,
from what I can tell you is that let's say the space is open for everybody to come and play. Then you want investors to be here. You can subsidize operation. But now, everything is, how do we call it? Everything is crazy. More than 80% of the fuel we are using in Nigeria for local consumption is being brought into the country. So what we are doing is that we are empowering workers in other refineries. So the
in
foreign nations. So the subsidy, and it's in Nigeria, and they are paying cash for this subsidy. That means that like all the money we are making from every other place, we are using it to buy this. Because look, when they give these allocations to certain firms, before the big ones, now we have briefcase providers of bringing fuel in. When they bring it in, they are going to pay for demurrage, they are going to pay for all kind of taxes and everything like that. So that's what the subsidy is. But what we are saying is that, look, the subsidy has been abused. I've said it repeatedly that we know, it's not a matter of, I'm just speculating, of people that didn't bring a liter of oil or a Coke-filled bottle of oil, and they were paying millions of dollars.
To them,
yes.
For importing oil.
Because now, look, they did not import anything. You know, we've heard of times that it is a refined product from one of our refineries that they'll bring back and turn and say that they imported it.
But our refineries really refining our product? Are they functioning? Because I know I've heard that the refinery in Kaduna is refining but not to full capacity.
Yeah. Well, one of the issues is that, look, that's why I was talking about that the refineries are comatose. Number one, these are aged refineries. There's little that they can do. Because I know there was a time that...
but don't they carry out... I know that a lot of money has been spent to do turnaround maintenance on these refineries.
Many of the turnaround maintenance we've heard is on paper. There have not been actual turnaround. 2 years ago, we had a meeting with the petroleum minister in the presence of the labor minister, and we agreed then that, because then they wanted to sell off the refineries. And we said, look, you cannot sell off the refineries if we don't know the, the privatization process. There are all kinds of models. We are Nigerians. As unionists, we are holding this sector on behalf of Nigerians. Tell us what is the model that you want to use. Let us agree on how much this thing will be sold. Now, what we just found out is that there were some interests that just wanted to buy the refineries. Now, we lost that chance during Obasanjo's time. Because when Obasanjo sold the refineries to some Nigerians, I guess in retrospect now, I tell you that was the best thing that could have happened to us. Because I want to believe that they would have wanted to turn it around like many other sectors.
Make it benefit Nigerians.
But still, they'll regulate the pricing. So Nigerians, they can decide to peg a liter of fuel at 200 naira per liter, and we won't have any choice.
No, but that independence will not be strictly given to them to just want to, to become Shylock and just want to kill Nigeria.
We're looking at it with electricity also. See what's happening in the electricity sector.
It will take time for the electricity to get its bearing. just like this, you know, Obasanjo also gave 15 license about some companies to build refineries. So what we are saying that if these refineries are taken closer to the people, not only 4 refineries, the 4 refineries now, 2 are in, one is in Port Harcourt, Warri, and Kaduna. But if you have more refineries, you have a refinery in, what's it called, in Niger State, you have a refinery in Taraba, you know, those kind of, all those things, that they have like a region closer to them. Mm-hmm. So you can imagine that there will be competition, yes. So you cannot expect that you'll be paying as much as we are paying now, that everything is coming from offshore.
It's being imported. All right, Comrade Gambo, you hold on that thought. I mean, there's this saying in the Holy Book, and you know, it comes to mind as any time we talk about the oil industry in Nigeria. And it goes like this. He said, by the rivers of Babylon where we sat down, and there we wept when we remember Nigeria. You know, and because they made us want to sing the Lord's song in a strange land. How can a country that is blessed with all these resources yet be suffering from it? We'll go on a short break now, and then when we come back, we'll yet be talking about, you know, the problem in the oil sector and the way forward. We'll be right back.